The opinions expressed in the following program are not necessarily those of Eastlink Community TV, its sponsors, or partners.
Hello everyone, I'm Chris. My friends call me RT, and this is RT Cooks It. Alright, today we got invited over to Terry and Denise's for a 50th birthday party. Everyone's bringing something, and I'm bringing pizza, one of my favorite things to make when I go to an event like this. We're going to do pepperoni, salami, green pepper, and mushroom, and we're going to do a ham and pineapple pizza, which is my wife's favorite. Every time I make pizza, I always have to make a ham and pineapple portion, a half, something for her to try. So I got a food processor out, and I'm going to do the pepperoni and the salami two ways. I'm going to do it sliced, but then I'm also going to grate half of it. And then we call that small stuff, and it's from a pizza place I used to go to when I was a kid called Santa Maria Pizza up in Thompson, Manitoba. And this is, so we'll just take the salami, cut it in half. This, let's see how loud this is. Take the pepperoni, cut it in half. And there we go. We call that small stuff, and that'll help us top the pizza. I'll have to get a bowl, and we'll put that in a bowl and save it. All this does a great job adding volume to your pizza, puffs up the top a little bit. Some of the pieces stick through, they get crunchy, give you a little bit different texture on the pizza itself. Now we're just going to go ahead and slice some pepperoni and salami up. All right, so we'll just get the slicing blade here, and this is a variable thickness, so I'm just going to set it up to 1. Put that in. Get the top back on, and now all we're going to do is slice the pepperoni and salami. That's it. Pepperoni, salami is ready to go. Next we'll do a little bit of cheese. Get the food processor going again. A little bit of noise for you. Then we'll just shred up the cheese, nothing to it. All right, we got the cheese all shredded up. We'll get another bowl for some cheese now. Quite a collection of bowls on the go for this setup, but it's all worth it in the end. And there we have a nice pile of shredded cheese. Another piece to this is I have canned mushrooms and canned pineapple that I took out first thing this morning. Strained it, drained it, and I put it in the fridge because in the fridge acts like a little bit of a dehydrator, and it takes some of the moisture out. So we've been able to dry out the canned mushrooms and the canned pineapples nicely. A couple things we got to do now. We're going to cut up the green pepper for the one pizza, and we're going to cut up the ham. And the way I like to do the green pepper for this pizza is I like to just thick slices, just like this. That'll be plenty. And then I just go ahead and pick out the white portion. And that'll be enough green pepper for this. And this will just give this a little rough chop to add to it. That's it for the peppers. The ham, the way I like to cut the ham is I cut it thick slices all the way down. Nice thick slices. And then for the pizza, I take the rind off. Now there's nothing wrong with the rind. This can go in an omelet. This can go to the neighbor's dog. It doesn't matter. It's still delicious and good. I just take it off for when I make my pizzas. So what I like to do is I like to keep the ham big chunks, like thick chunks, long strips, so then when you get it on the pizza, it mixes in with the size of the pineapple nicely and makes for a really good combination of texture and taste. There we go. Perfect. We got everything cut up, everything prepared. Next we're going to roll out the dough and start to make the pizzas. We'll do that when we come back from this break. Welcome back. We're going to roll out the dough now. We got some nice well-seasoned pans I use for my pizzas. Put a little bit of oil in them, help them stop them from sticking. So I just put in I don't know how much that is, but I put in some. And I got one of these brushes, and we'll just spread it around a bit. Help the pizza from not sticking to the bottom. And it also fries the dough just a little bit. Gives it a nice little crisp on the bottom. There we go. And now we need a little bit of flour. This tiny little scoop I got from my grandmother. I'm not sure what she used it for, but she insisted I had it. So I use it as much as possible when I got flour, even though it's not near enough to make anything. So we'll put down a little bit of flour. We'll get the dough out. The dough's at room temperature, which is perfect. If it's cold, it just doesn't roll out. It doesn't stay. It shrinks back in. It's really hard to work with. And then all I do is I make kind of a rough circle. Just work it a little bit. A rough circle. And then we'll break out a rolling pin. And we'll start to stretch it out. And it takes a little bit to get this to go. This is pizza dough from your local grocery store. It's bread dough. So if you're working it too hard, it just sucks right back in and shrinks. So we'll leave it, work it a bit, stretch it out, and then what we'll do is we'll move it off to the side and we'll let it rest, and then we'll get it the other one. And we'll get a little more flour with Grandma's lovely scoop. And we'll get this one out. And while that one's sitting there, it's really starting to rest and getting ready to be stretched again. And, maybe there's different techniques and different ways to do this. This is what works for me, and it's been working for a long time, so I just keep at it. And now again, same thing, just sort of squat it out a bit, kind of a circle, and then we'll get right into rolling it. And we want to make it the size of those pans there, so it's easy to do. There we go. And we'll put that one off to the side and let it rest for a minute. Pull this one back in. Oh yeah, it's even warming up a little bit from working it. So here we go. This one's good. All I do myself, I like to just stretch it out by hand a touch. Helps, let the weight of the dough do the work. You don't have to force this. It'll just happen, and then it fits right in the pan. And let it shrink in a bit. There you go. Some gnarly crust, no big deal. This one here I'd say is ready. We'll do the same thing. Roll it out some more. We got kind of a circle again. Pick it up. Give it a nice, just like I say, let the weight of the dough do the work. You don't have to do anything with it. We'll put that right in here. Pull it in. There we go. So now, stretch it out. And I'll just pull this whole thing right over here to dress it up now. We'll do one at a time. So the first one we'll do is ham and pineapple. And we'll start with, this is a sauce I made. On another show we'll make this, but we're going to use it today. I got it ready. And I just like to, heavy sauce for the ham and pineapple. It's like if you order it at a restaurant, it's ham and pineapple, extra cheese, extra sauce. That's what this is going to be. Spread it out. A little more. Oh, and we have the oven warming up as well. We put the oven on 425. It's coming up to temperature. By the time we have these made, it'll be ready to go. Spread everything around, even, uneven. Listen, it's no big deal. Here's a bay leaf. We've got to get that out. There's no exact science to this. This is just, all we're doing is making food. We don't want to overcomplicate it, for me anyway. I mean, I was never fortunate enough to be to go to culinary school, so I just been winging it, figuring it out as I go, and this is what it looks like right here. So we get the ham. Like I said, I like the big gnarly chunks of ham. Sort of matches with the pineapple size nicely, and you get a good bite when you get into it. Spread it out, you know, on top of each other, sideways. Just get it on there. And then we'll go after the pineapple. And the pineapple, this is a full can, and I like to put a full can on. And if you don't like pineapple on your pizza, well, this isn't the pizza for you, I suppose. Spread this around. Again, very rough, just, it's going to taste delicious no matter what. Now we're just going to go with a little more sauce just to put little pockets of the flavor of the sauce mixed right in. And a bit of cheese now. Well, not a bit of cheese, a lot of cheese. Like I say, it's pineapple, ham and pineapple, extra sauce, extra cheese. So nothing to it. There it is, rough looking, going to taste delicious, going to be great. And this is, like I say, this is my wife's pizza. Everyone likes ham and pineapple though. So this pizza, this is a lot of nostalgia for me. This is a lot of memories. This is a pizza from a pizza place in Thompson, Manitoba, where I grew up as a child. And, you know, food is more than just flavors and smells to me. It's like memories, and it triggers memories, triggers good memories, triggers happy times. This pizza here, Santa Maria Pizza in Thompson, this reminds me of all the fun times I had there. I even delivered pizza there for a while. And, you know, because of that, I was fortunate enough to eat a lot of their pizza because I delivered the pizza. So for this, it's, I got this measure, I've been at this a little bit, and I got 1 full can of sauce. Seems to work perfectly on this particular pizza. And all we do is spread it around. Same thing. Spread it out. We got to get, just got to pull this dough out a little bit. Get it out to the edge so we have full coverage. Spread it, spread it, spread it. Kind of even, kind of not even, kind of uneven. There we go. And from here, we're going to do the pepperoni, the salami, mushroom, and green pepper. And this is a layered event. We're going to take our time, lay it out, and we'll get to that when we come back right after this. All right, welcome back. We're going to finish off the Santa Maria combination pizza. This is, like I said, this is a childhood memory. And it's going to be layered in. We're going to layer in pepperoni and salami. And all we got to do, all we got to do is lay it all out. Don't worry about the bits and pieces. The one thing I'll never say is that you're making it wrong or doing it wrong. If you got a knife in your hand, cutting board in front of you, you're doing it right already. Don't worry about perfection in this game. This is all about personal preference and how you like to have it. So we're layering this in. It's a little rough today, but that's okay. My food processor didn't cooperate with me, but it's not going to make it taste any different. What we want to try and do is cover the bottom as much as possible with the pepperoni and salami and just spread it out. So here we are. That looks pretty good. From here, we're going to go to the mushrooms. And like I said, we had those in the fridge, which dehydrates a little bit. It's like a fridge has moisture control on it, so it just helps with the process. We'll spread out the mushrooms, get them, you know, roughly spread out. This is a bit of a thick pizza as well. It's definitely not thin crust by any means. So there we go with some mushrooms. We'll get the green peppers in. And for these, I just like to break them, lay them out, spread them around. I got them thick so they hold a little bit of crunch when they're done being cooked. And then a couple little pieces here and there. Into the small stuff we call it, which is the shredded pepperoni and salami mix. We just put a layer of this on, and this gives it a bit of volume. And what's nice, what happens here is the bits and pieces of pepperoni and salami are going to stick up through the cheese. They're going to get some crunch to it. You're going to get some little burnt ends on it, but that's fine. It tastes delicious. Like I said, it's not a thin crust, this one, by any means. All right, I'll say that's a pretty good layer. I don't know if Bobby and Thompson is watching this, but did I do it right? I hope. He was my old boss. Great guy, great guy. Bobby from Santa Maria. So now we're going to go cheese. The oven is up to temperature, so we're ready to go there. And then the cheese sort of spreads out, and you don't want to do a full coverage with this one. You want some of the pepperoni, and you want some of that shredded pepperoni and salami sticking through. So we're going to call that pretty much ready to go. Get these pizzas in the oven. So what I like to do is I have the oven on regular bake. I don't use convection for these particular pizzas because what happens is the bottom will be hot. So I'll put one pizza in on the bottom for about 15 minutes, and then I put one pizza up on top for about 15 minutes. And once those two, after 15 minutes, I'll switch them. The top pizza will go to the bottom, the crust will build nicely, and the bottom pizza will go to the top and finish the top and brown it off perfectly. All right, pizza should be all browned up and finished. I checked them a couple times. The bottoms are cooked nicely. They're ready to go. So we'll just take them out and we'll give them a minute. There they are. And what we're going to do is we're going to put them out on this rack and just let them cool and let it all set up and make sure everything's cooled off nicely before we try and cut them. And the rack's nice, lets the air underneath, helps it cool off. So we'll get them both on here. There we go. Ooh, some good looking pizzas today, guys. There we go. And we'll give them about 5 minutes to cool off. That way when we cut them, it doesn't all ooze out all over the place. It'll hold together. You'll be able to pick up a piece and actually eat it. So for tonight, I picked up pizza boxes at one of the wholesale places to have a little bit of fun. So when I bring pizza over to a place, I put it in a pizza box. So this is all skills from my delivery days because one of my jobs was making pizza boxes. And we always put the not very good. We always put the paper in the bottom to stop the moisture from going through the pizza box. So here's a skill, like I said, I learned while delivering, because this was when pizzas weren't having to be delivered, I had to make pizza boxes. All right. So now we'll let them rest and then we'll cut them up. All right, pizzas are finished, ready to go. Maybe 30 minutes in the oven or so, about 425. What we're going to do is put them in the box and cut them up and get them ready to be delivered down the road. So we put the parchment paper in the bottom, keep the moisture from going through the cardboard box. So here we got one ready to go. Somehow. I don't think Bobby would approve of that box. I didn't do a very good job. That's my training days. This one's a little better shape.
So we'll get the second pizza. This is the ham and pineapple with the gnarly crust. Like I said, there's no perfect way to make this. This is exactly how you make it. We'll give that a cut. It's cooled off, so it cuts nice. It's not falling apart too much. Getting a little messed up, but nothing too serious.
Now, like I said, we're going down to Terry and Denise's for a birthday party, and just to make sure they get the full effect and the full experience, I just picked this up the other day, and I figured, listen, if I'm going to deliver pizza, I might as well go full on. The one thing I got to do is figure out how to fit this on my bike.
All right, here we go. Ready to deliver now. Terry and Denise will be happy.